name's Colin Jackson, and I'm a PhD student in the United States at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, and I am here doing research on the local populations of Pygmy Marmosets. So I just have a personal interest in Pygmy Marmosets. I think they're very fascinating creatures, and they are adorable animals to look at. And I think if you're going to spend all day looking at something, that you should enjoy looking at it. My hypothesis is that as opposed to other primates that primarily compete over access to foods, that pygmy marmosets are different in that they are mutualistically exploiting their food resources. By mutualistic exploitation, mutualism is just basically this idea that when one animal is exploiting a resource, that they are actually generating a benefit for another individual. So basically, when two individuals work together, they both benefit from each other.
Okay, so these are the holes that the pygmy marmosets gouge into the tree. They do this with their specialized incisors, which are shaped like little chisels. Pygmy marmosets are very dedicated to feeding on the trees that they gouge into. So when we find a group, we know that the group is going to be here probably for several weeks after we discover them.
Pygmy marmosets actually eat what are called tree exudates, plant secretions that include resins, gums, latexes, and saps. And 60 to 80% of their diet is composed of this unique food resource. So there are a couple lines of evidence that I need to really test my hypothesis. The first is to test the assumption that when an individual feeds on an exudate, that it's actually causing trees to produce more exudates. And then the other part is to really use the trail cameras to see if individuals are monopolizing holes or if all individuals within the groups are exploiting the same hole. If all individuals are exploiting this hole, then everybody in the group is benefiting from each other's feeding behaviors. So this is just the basic data that I need to test this hypothesis.
So you can see here, we actually just found a tree with a bunch of pygmy marmoset holes all over it. So normally what we do when we find new groups is we catalog it in the GPS, and then at some other point we'll come back and actually conduct more detailed research on this group.
The preliminary results, which I collected last year, show that whenever one individual is removing exudates from these sites, that they're actually causing more exudates to be produced. And since individuals aren't monopolizing and all individuals are feeding on these same sites, that they do seem to be mutualistically exploiting these resources. I think I'll look back on this as probably one of the most interesting experiences of my life. Primarily just the environment itself of the flooded forest. If you come here, you'll see that this is the wild, so be prepared that all of your plans may not actually work out. So ultimately, just be very flexible.